Salute, salute. What's good? Salute to the family. Salute to the TWT family and the chat family. I'm back again. Like I said, man, we're gonna have another quick conversation, man. Probably try not to make this too long, but nonetheless, I thought this was interesting, so I had to talk about it, man. Sports and tunes worldwide. What's good, bro? Appreciate you for sliding through. Jose, what's good with it, my bro? Appreciate y'all for pulling up on this second live of the day. I'm just trying to stay active, that's all. And we got that boy Edgar Berlanga. You know, right now he's still out. He's serving his suspension. T, what's good with him, my bro? Salute to my bro, popping back up. You know, you the reason I'm up here, man. Shit, I got some more shit in the chamber too, man. But this one is a little quick conversation, man. Edgar Berlanga actually talking like he understands where he at as a fighter. And I like to hear that, man. I like to hear what he said. He really feel like two people he wanted to fight is John Ryder. He said he mentioned John Ryder first. I think that'd be a solid name for him. I mean, just it'd be a good test to see where he at right now. And then he mentioned Jaime Munguia on the back end of that. So I say both of them fights is entertaining. I say definitely for sure he better go to John Ryder route first. Don't just go fight Jaime Munguia. Jaime Munguia fuck around, hurt him. Around surprise him and stop his ass. Bad weather is gone. Me ask you one question: why is Canelo pumping so much money in the queue? I wish I knew. Man, maybe he got motives, man. Maybe he got motives, something like that. I don't know nothing about. I'm surprised. You would think he would be doing that from where he from. Salute the lady dude popping back up again. Yeah, I'm hungry today, man. I'm motivated, my bro. He said, let's work. He ain't say it to me directly, but that's how I took it. He said, let's work. So that's what we doing. Told you we're going to be on the airways heavy today, man. But, yeah, man, I'm going to play this, Richardson Hitchens, too, man. I came across an older clip of him talking about him and Gary Russell. And, I don't know. I ain't seen nobody really mention that before. And I know it's older, but then he got a newer clip where he talking about, where he feel like he's staying in the current 140. I'm gonna play both of them. They ain't too long, so they short little videos. But I said it's better I let y'all hear him than me just explain it, so y'all could, I get my thoughts on it when it's over. DP Rocker, what's good with it, bro? Appreciate you for pulling back up. I'll play this interview from Hitchens. My bad. Kurt, was good with it, my bro? Appreciate you for pulling back up. How you feeling, bro? We're going to get into this little clip from Richardson Hitchens. It's an old one where he said, he actually mentioned Gary Antuanne Russell, which is a name that not too many people at 140 even bring up. And when it comes to him, they got a tendency to act like he's not even there. So I think even though this was old, it's refreshing to hear somebody say his name, but I'm going to play a more recent clip from him too, where he gave his thoughts about 140.
Is outside of Josh Taylor, he's moving up. Is there a dream fight at 140 that you like, yo, I got to see this guy before I leave the division?
I think me and Gary Russell is going to be the biggest fight in the division. I think when me and Gary get the belt and we unify, I think that's going to be a big fight. I think the run back from the lose, I think a lot of people are going to want to see that just because we have history. And I feel like we the most, I want to say that I'm not saying I know the whole 140 division, but I feel like me and Gary is the most talented. From what I know, I think me and Gary is the most talented in that division in the young crowd.
that's definitely a fight that people are starting to talk about.
Yeah.
I would say out of the 140 pounders, the young guys, you, Antuanne, and Brandon Lee are the guys that everybody, the names that keep coming up.
Right. I keep hearing like all these fights. Like I said, I feel like me and Gary most talented. There's a lot of guys that's great competitors out there, but I feel like I'm going to rise up to the. I think the two kings that's going to be left is going to be me and Gary.
Oh shit! I mean, my bad, y'all. I didn't mean to do that.
Does that play a role in fights? Like guys,
After this time and power, I think he's gonna have to take a little gunshot. He's gritty. Like he's a strong kid. He's awkward and he's gritty. So that poses a threat for anybody until you figure him out.
How do you fight an awkward fighter?
I think an awkward fight, you just gotta get their time. They do stage that's like out of the ordinary. So you just gotta get their time down back.
How do you see that fight ending? Knockout, decision, what? Knockout?
Yeah, knockout.
Tank early, late, what?
I don't think it's gonna be early. Right. I keep hearing
My bad, y'all. I'm gonna play another clip from him to a more recent one where he was talking about. He talked about a couple fighters, and it's this up-to-date clip from the other day. Matter of fact, it's recent. I'm gonna play that because it's you know, I like to hear when these fighters got shit to say, man. I like some of the stuff he was saying in this clip too. All these damn ads all the time, man. It's refreshing to hear somebody mention, you know, Gary Antuanne Russell name and somebody that actually is skilled, you know, a realistic. It's not so much a call out, but the fact that he mentioned his name is good enough for me. Like I like to hear. I'm glad he mentioned it. And he got another clip. I'm gonna play this other little clip for y'all too, man. Richardson Hitchins, man. This guy, man, this is a dude that's kind of forgotten about at 140 because he was with Mayweather and they just didn't do right by him. That's why they lost him. He said his promoters didn't show enough faith in him, so he took his talents elsewhere. So he with somebody, but he can't announce it, I believe he said.
You tweeted that your contract's up with Mayweather Promotions. What's next for Richardson Hitchins?
taking over the 140 division. I feel like none of these guys are on my level. None of these guys. It's only like it really ain't nobody in 140 that I feel like it's too much of a threat. You got some good guys there, but the guys that they hyping up like TEOFIMO, no, they really not good fighters to me. They cool.
From top to bottom, I feel like this
He
shit
said
might be the most
TEOFIMO really
talented.
not good.
It's like 10, 15 fights that y'all can make that I love to watch.
No, I feel like the guys that's not spoken about as much is the stretch. So you got guys like Matias, you got guys like Gary Russell, even the guy that just won the belt, Quello. He's a tough fight for anybody. So I feel like they talk about like Ryan Garcias and TEOFIMOs and guys like that. I feel like those are some of the, like even guys like Zepeda, like those are easy fights.
Now, are you gonna go the free agent route, or have you already picked your next promoter?
Yeah, I already know what promotion I already know what promotion I'm gonna work with. So it's just about getting that opportunity. I got a big fight lined up in 2 months. After that, we even got a bigger fight that we're gonna headline. And if my opponent gets his job done, and if the guy we're looking at get his job done, and my opponent and I get my job done, I should go on to the next task and handle business. But I'm definitely coming for the 140 belts.
When if you don't mind me asking, would you like to announce that who you signing with, or you just gonna keep that?
Yeah, no, you gonna know Rose. So I just don't want to announce it because the company don't really want me to. Like, they want to be the first one.
Okay.
So it's gonna be big. It's gonna be big. I'm expecting to be a lot more busier. So I'm just waiting to get it started.
Was that the reason for leaving Mayweather Promotions? The lack of activity?
Yeah, I think that was one of the biggest reasons. Just not being able to fight, not being able to be seen. So this is my job. This is how the fans are gonna get more in tune with me. So I think I'm one of the people that like a lot of people see me because they already see me a lot. But like I said, 140 division, I'm gonna take over the eventually. I'm gonna take over the whole boxing at one.
What's the one fight at 140 that you want more than anything?
I think there's a lot of fights. You got me and TEOFIMO. You got Ryan Garcia. You got Gary Russell. I would like to fight him one day in the future. We still young, so I like to get that that fight back again. So, you know, there's a lot of big fights out there.
Okay.
Man, that's pretty much that in a nutshell, man. Y'all heard it from the horse's mouth. I don't want to bore y'all to death. Yeah, if he talking like he want these fights, I believe him. Grease was fire. Salute, bro. Appreciate you for stopping through. Russell will beat his ass. He know what Gary Antuanne bring to the table too. That's the crazy part. Like, that's why he's saying he feel like that'll be the biggest fight for him moving down the line, man. He's saying he's gonna take over the division. All that shit sound cool though. But you know, here we go, man. We're gonna get into this a little bit, man. So I got a question for the people. Do Hitchins beat Teofimo, Jose Zepeda, and Ryan Garcia? He said those are all easy fights for him. And I already know the easy answer is he gonna box Ryan Garcia head off. Like them shots that he think gonna land, I don't think they'd ever be there if he fought Richardson Hitchins. Respectfully, Ryan Garcia just he too one-dimensional and basic, and he feel like his speed and power is gonna win him every fight. I think that'd backfire if he fought Hitchins and beat his ass for sure. Him and Teofimo, I see him beating Teofimo too. Respectfully, I think he'd beat him. I don't think it's gonna be as easy as he said, but I think he'd beat Teo too. Jelly Bean, salute, bro. And then the toughest fight, obviously, I feel like out of the ones he mentioned, that's why he mentioned him last, and he said down the line in the future it'd be the biggest fight at 140. It's him and Gary Antuanne. But I don't know, man, because he also named Matias, he named Jose Zepeda. I don't know if he forgot about Regis or he maybe Regis ain't just on his mind, but he damn sure got to remember Regis is there too, man, because it ain't going to be easy to take over no 140. I'm going to tell you that now because you got some dogs in there. Garcia, Garbage, Teo, Talk, No Walk. Yeah, I think those two, for no doubt, I think he beats both of them. Oscar will put Ryan in there with Richardson. Yeah, right. Imagine it, right? So you already know that's kind of out. That's out from the rip because he ain't fighting him. You already know it, man. Ain't no way in hell he fights no damn Ryan Garcia. He won't even dare put that man nowhere near Richardson Hitchins right now. So you can X him out. Teofimo talk a lot, so maybe he'd talk his way into a fight with maybe he'd fight him. But I say straight up, I'll pick him to beat both of those dudes. Think he locked in, he more focused than Teofimo. He been at that weight class for a little minute, and I think he underrated. Hitchins is definitely underrated. And I'm saying he the best thing out there, but he definitely underrated, highly skilled. You know what I'm saying? He's a smart fighter. I think he'll give Teofimo fits, and I think his IQ will be enough to get him a win over Teofimo. Respectfully to Teofimo, I just don't think that highly of Teofimo just yet, especially at 140. Upland LDTV, salute, my bro. Appreciate you for sliding back through again. Yeah, man. Back one more time, man. I got some stuff in the chamber too, man. I'm just trying to stay active. Like I said, my bro motivated me. He basically told me, let's work. So we here. And this is a good conversation because, like I said, not too many people mention Gary Antuanne Russell. And the thing is, I played the older interview. That was from 6 months ago when he said he felt like that'd be the biggest fight at 140. Then I played a newer one where he mentioned Gary Antuanne as well. So it ain't like he all of a sudden forgot about him. He didn't forget to mention him. You get what I'm saying? So he on top of him. Yeah, I got some more stuff in the chamber too. We just gonna keep rocking out. I'm gonna see how this day go. I might come back again. I ain't gonna be here too long with this one, but it's definitely a conversation worth having. Because, like I said, not too many people mention Gary Antuanne Russell. And I think it's safe to say if anybody know Richardson Hitchins, he don't pass me as the kind of fighter that, clout chase or, you know what I mean? I think the way he spoke these names is realistic. He just said how he feel. And he pretty much gave Gary Antuanne his credit. That's why he felt like when it's all said and done, they going to be the last two standing. You know what I'm saying? That's what he did say. I forgot. He said more before I cut the interview a little short, cut the clip short. But yeah, I want to watch the whole joint. It's on YSM Media. He definitely said he feel like him and Gary Antuanne Russell will be the last two standing when it's all said and done. But I'm like, he did mention Matias. Matias is a problem. That's nobody to look over. And Regis Prograis is there, bro. So you can't just look over Regis Prograis either. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he not. Maybe he just forgot to mention him at the time. But it's good to see that he's in tune with his division. I'm pretty sure he just forgot Regis. He know Regis is there, but I guess he didn't name them too because Regis is a little bit older than them. So he talking about his crop of fighters, like he came in around the same time as a Gary Antuanne. So I don't think he was necessarily talking about Regis, but knowing him and his attitude as a fighter, he'd definitely be willing to fight Regis. He ain't gonna have no choice if he continue to win. Because as long as Regis is at 140, he's gonna be a threat for anybody that's campaigning at 140. Anybody, win, lose, or draw. Regis is the type of fighter he's gonna give you problems, man. You're not gonna just go in there and walk through him. You're not gonna hit him with a couple shots and he out of there. You're gonna have to beat his ass like he gonna try to beat your ass, and that's just what it is when it comes to Regis' program. He got it. So, I mean, just to answer this question, answer my own question. I think, respectfully, I could pick him to beat a Zepeda, outboxing him, TEOFIMO, Ryan Garcia. I could see him outboxing those guys, but I feel like the toughest out of all these guys is obviously Gary Antuanne Russell. Q Ruff and salute, my bro. Appreciate you for pulling back up. In the second live of the day, I'm staying active. Yeah, so I think he takes all three of them out, no doubt. He also said feel like him and Gary Antuanne Russell in the near future would be the biggest fight down the line. He said, especially if they both got belts when they meet up. And I could see where he's going with that because, again, I think Richardson Hitchins is slept on, not too mean. That's not a guy that everybody's talking about. And I honestly think Mayweather fumbled and mismanaged his career. And because of it, you know what I mean? He lost himself a potential, maybe star. Everybody's not going to be a superstar, but it's no doubt in my mind, there's no doubt about it. If you watch Hitchins, man, he's very skilled and can fight. I appreciate you, I'm trying to, man. My bro got me motivated, man, so I'm following his energy right now. We're going to keep rocking. Appreciate all y'all for pulling up. Y'all smash that like button if you haven't, man. And we're going to keep chopping it up. Like I said, him, they very well could potentially be the last two. But I think Regis, I definitely have something to say about that. I think Zepeda will have something to say about that. Even a loudmouth TEOFIMO, unfortunately, he will have something to say about that. So nonetheless, I brought this up because, again, not too many people mention Gary Antuanne. When I hear somebody that I know is skilled and realistically, when that time comes and that opportunity presents itself, he ain't going to duck smoke with Gary Antuanne, which is why this deserves to be talked about, because not everybody will even mention Gary Antuanne. They act like he ain't there the same way people act like Richardson Hitchins ain't there. That boy can fight straight up, and he only going to get better. You know what I'm saying? He ain't even got 20 fights yet, so he only going to get better. I mean, you've heard it universally when people speak about this kid, they high on him. Like his background, his amateur background, this dude is just naturally skilled. He's a pure boxer. He don't have a ton of power, but he can get your respect nonetheless. I haven't seen people necessarily walk him down and walk right through him. So as of right now, he been winning fights with just being a smarter fighter and a more skillful fighter. That's what you want to see. Power ain't everything, and he showed you that he's able to outbox guys that clearly punch harder than him. So I think this is a forgotten about 140 pounder. I mean, and again, I enjoy the sweet science just as much as I enjoy a knockout. And sometimes I enjoy the sweet science more than a knockout, depending on who's getting a knockout and who's demonstrating the sweet science, if that makes sense. You get what I'm saying? All knockouts don't excite me the same way. Like I said, it all depends on who's getting that knockout or who's being knocked out. You get what I'm saying? Whereas when it comes to the sweet science, that can be more interesting to me than a knockout, depending on who's displaying it. Like, when I see a Shakur Stevenson and I'm heavy on his skill set, I'm high on his skill set. When I see him, like, I'm excited to see the sweet signs because I know what I'm getting. I'm excited to see exactly what this young man worked on and how he gonna paint this canvas. You get what I'm saying? He walk in there, the canvas is blank. By the time he walk out, he done, he done painted a vivid picture, and handily that whoever he just beat up can't fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? So, Richardson Hitchins is one of those guys that's more of a pure boxer that can just fight straight up and down. He could fight, and I think his name deserves to be talked about. And it's good that he actually mentioned Gary Antuanne. Like I said, not to keep mentioning it, but hopefully down the line they do they do see each other. I don't know if they'd be the exact last two standing, but I could understand why he might think so. You know, he's confident. I mean, for good reasoning. He ain't disappointed yet in none of his fights. I mean, the dude is skilled, man. I think he got what it takes to be a champion, but it ain't gonna be easy. And like I said, I could see him outboxing as a Zapata of Ryan Garcia. You know what I'm saying? TEOFIMO Lopez. I could see that. He felt like those are easy fights. I don't know if they'd be easy, but that they're winnable fights. Not to say he can't beat Gary Antuanne, but that right there, true 50-50, and it'd be a battle of the styles. You got your pure boxer and you got your pressure fighter that can box and maul you and fight you when it's time. So we're gonna see how shit shake out. I mean, 140 and 135 is no doubt two of the hottest divisions in boxing. Facts, Kurt. 140 is on fire. It's just gonna get better. And 135 got more interesting with Shakur Stevenson. More people start talking about Tito Mercado. He keep winning. He make himself a legit player at 135. I mean, there's so many fights that could be matched up. That's why I like to talk about the shit that everybody ain't talking about. I know everybody, you ain't gonna see nobody probably today talking about no Richardson, Hitchins, and what he said. But that's exactly why you got me, because I don't do the topics that's just popular. I do shit that's good for boxing, that make for good boxing. So there's no doubt if you watch Richardson, Hitchins, and any of his fights, he's just a dude that come to fight. He's well schooled, well prepared, and he get the job done. He's still undefeated. You know what I mean? He had the courage to be able to step away from the Mayweather banner, being that it wasn't working in his best interest. Like, and I salute him for that. You know what I mean? Not everybody, you know what I mean, could necessarily take that next step to get away. Like, not too many people will walk away from that situation just off namesake alone. But I respect them for being able to say, you know what, they inactive. I'm too inactive. I feel like the promoters don't really believe in me, my team, the right way. Like, I got to go, you know what I mean, take my talents elsewhere. And that's exactly what he did. So I commend him and salute him for that. And I think the only reason, one of the main reasons people ain't talking about him is not the lack of knockouts or knockout power. It's the lack of, like, you know what I mean, people being able to see him. You know what I mean? He's not in the public eye. He fighting here or there. You can't have that. Need to be fighting at the bare minimum 2 times a year. So this dude been inactive because his team ain't been getting him the fights that they supposed to get him. So now I'm listening out just like the rest of y'all to see where he go from here. You know what I'm saying? I hope he goes somewhere where, and then you know what, already whoever he signed to, and he knows who, obviously he can't release the information right now. So I respect to that, because I know we're gonna hear announcements sooner or later. But it's already good. Look what he's saying. He already saying he got a decent, like a big fight lined up. Then even after that, if he take care of business, he got an even bigger fight lined up. So it's already looking on the up and up for him. You know, all he got to do is just keep doing what he been doing, which is winning. You know what I'm saying? And hitting chins like his last name say. That's all you got to keep doing is winning. And he'll put himself in contention for a title, and more people will know exactly who Richardson Hitchins is. I'm 41-35 is brewing for some big fights real soon. That's a fact, man. That's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah. So he had to get away from that. So not too many people would, you know what I mean, be able to have the heart to say, look, man, this ain't working. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then hopefully he in a situation where it don't look like it was on bad terms. He just doing the best, what he think is the best for his career. And I just hope to see him more moving forward. So again, 140 is heating up. There's no doubt. And he gonna be one of the players if he continue to get the opportunities and just do what he been doing, which is win. We might see him and Gary Antuanne down the line. Even in him and TEOFIMO, all those fights would be good, despite who you think could win. 140 got more than enough fights to mix and match for us, so we should be getting no BS fights, is what I'm saying. Nobody that's considering themselves a quality or a star or a top fighter should be fighting no bullshit, because they got more than enough smoke for them. And that's at 35 and 40. And I'm holding everybody in both divisions accountable. You give us a shit fight without reasons to justify that shit fight, on your ass, or I'm just calling it out. And it ain't about tearing the fighters down. You just gonna continue. I'm gonna continuously call the fighters out for not giving us the fights we want by talking. They talking a certain way like they gonna give us what we want, but then when it's time to do so, they don't do it. So that's where I'm at with it. Anybody that's not, you know, talking how to, you know what I mean, they talking one way and moving another, they will be called out accordingly. And that's just what it is. Salute to my bro MP. Appreciate everybody in the building. Y'all smash that like button for me, man. And that's pretty much my thoughts on that. And I'm gonna get my quick thoughts on Edgar Berlanga. after I play this little clip from him, and you will hear what he had to say. Now I'll give y'all my quick thoughts and let y'all good people get up out of here. Again, appreciate everybody pulling back up on this second live, man. I know we heavy on the airwaves today. 135, 140, correct. They're gonna be on 5 facts. That's facts, bro. We're gonna see it. We're gonna see it, man. We need to see it. They need to be called out. And I'm telling you, I really think, yo, start listening, y'all. I'm telling you, y'all be catching these interviews. Yo, can't nobody tell me, yo. Some of these boxers and some either it's the boxers directly or it's people in their camp, somebody cool with them, somebody watching YouTube content, man. Because you just listen to these fighters and y'all gonna understand what I'm saying. I ain't saying they heard Just Do or even know I exist, but start listening to these fighters, y'all. They hear some of the shit that we saying or people are saying just in a YouTube community is being regurgitated by them fighters, man. They hearing it. I don't know where they getting it from. I ain't saying they tuned in themselves from their phone. I don't know what they doing, ghost watching or whatever, but don't think your words ain't being heard, man. They hearing shit we saying, man. So continue to push the sport forward by calling people out. And calling people out don't mean tearing the fighter down. It's just calling them out. If you talk one way, we expect to see that energy when it comes to your matchmaking and your opponents that you stepping in the ring with. If not, then we just call you out. That doesn't tear you down. We're not looking to tear the sport down. We're looking to build it up. How do you build it up? More accountability. It's just that simple, yo. More people get held accountable for the bullshit that go on in boxing instead of like all the wild finger pointing. That shit don't get nowhere. I'm telling you, finding a solution to the problem is easy, man. Give us the fights that y'all supposed to give us, and it's just that simple, bro. Yeah, facts. Call them out, and I'm telling you, Jose. So anybody that's pushing that narrative that what we say don't matter because they're gonna do what they want anyway, your voice don't matter if you think like that. The consumer always fucking matters because that's how they get paid. We not paying for bullshit no more. It's over with. It's over with. They make us pay for everything, bro. We ain't paying for that. Yeah, I openly tell you I'll stream your fight. Don't give me no bullshit. And I promise you I have no problem supporting shit I want to see. Shakur just fought. It was close to me. It was within reach, and I was there with a good seat, paid my money, and enjoyed it. He ain't the only one. He ain't get no special treatment. He gave me a bullshit fighter. It'd be the same energy for him and any fighter. And that's the problem. Motherfuckers think we cool with anything. We ain't casuals. Ain't nobody in here no casual, man. We know what's going on. Feel me, T. We know what's going on, man. So I'm gonna play this little clip from EDGAR Berlanga. And reason I'm playing this, I thought it was interesting, the two names that he mentioned and in the order that he mentioned for what it's worth. You know what I mean? I think he being a little bit realistic with himself because on one end, one of them is a solid challenge in terms of just testing them. And then the other one could do a little more than test them depending on when exactly they fight. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to see. Not true right now. I'm telling you, Jose, I'm telling you, they be watching Bobby Work Boxing. Salute, my bro. Appreciate you for pulling up on this second live of the day, man. We rolling, man. I still got something else in the chamber. So depending on how this roll out, man, I might be back for a third time, man. For real. That's how I'm feeling today. But we gonna see. I might end up coming back with a late one. I'm gonna play this little clip from EDGAR Berlanga real quick, y'all.
Numbers move you, but some.
Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. My bad.
Champion, so his experience is more overly criticized, only from
suspension and stuff, which I was gonna take a little break, because remember I tore my bicep and stuff, so I needed that time. But I'm looking forward to getting back in the ring in January.
Do you feel that you are a little, I guess I want to say, overly criticized, only from the standpoint of you had the crazy knockout streak, your star power went.
Nah, you're not overly criticized. You're not delivering, bro. You're not improving. You're regressing.
So it's like, do you feel like you're getting criticized?
Of course, man. Listen, man, they even hated Jesus, so for me, man, like the criticism.
Yeah, he just said that, y'all. He really just said that. EDGAR Berlanga said they hated Jesus, as is to indicate that you anywhere near close to that in the boxing world. I can't believe he just said that. This the only thing I think out of the interview that pissed me off. That one little statement right there, they hated G's. I should smack that little ass cap off his head. Why would he say something stupid like that? I can't believe he just said that. Boy, outside of them 16 first round knockouts, you ain't did nothing but win and by the skin of your teeth each time getting knocked down and exposed for what you lack in the ring. You're not progressing as a fighter, so you're not overly criticized. Some people are actually still nice to you. You live in that celebrity lifestyle and you're not putting in that work. And then the people that you got with you ain't teaching you shit. So you coming in the ring still like an amateur thinking you gonna knock everybody out. Show me a fight, he ain't coming there and act like he was gonna knock somebody out. These last, what would have been, last 3 to 4 fights? I think it been 3. He ain't knocked nobody out. They all went the distance, and each of them, he kind of getting exposed for what he lack in the ring. He not putting that work in. He can't tell me he is. This ain't too long, y'all, so I'm going to play this real quick and give y'all my thoughts. I just had to stop. He really said that they hated Jesus. Boy, I'll slap his hat off his head for that.
At the end of the day, same people that's criticizing me, they come and they see me face to face. They don't give me that type of energy. They don't talk shit in my face, don't say nothing, you know. So another thing,
if it's constructive criticism, it's not talking shit. Don't be sensitive as a fighter either. Don't be one of those dudes. You hear somebody critique you on the internet, then they go try to say what's up to you. You act like a hoe. That ain't no man shit. Constructive criticism is one thing. Tearing you down, I can understand you heard somebody tear you down in a video and you see him and you ain't trying to kick it with him. That's cool. But don't be one of those dudes that get constructive criticism and then you see the person and act like you don't know him or you don't want to say what up or salute him like a man. That's hoe shit. Constructive criticism is what you need, bro. Them niggas ain't teaching you enough because you ain't progressed in none of them fights. Outside of them knockouts, you show very little. You show very little. You show that your gas tank, you got a tendency to gas out late. You get what I'm saying? You get hit often and you very one-dimensional after you can't get that knockout. So you got a lot to work on. That's not tearing you down. That's just real shit.
You know, I fight January main event. You know, I'll make something happen. I catch a knockout. Everybody's going to be back on my dick. So I don't like, sorry.
Nah, that's not it. Because everybody wasn't on your dick to begin with. You got real boxing fans, not boxer fans, boxing fans, bro. We love the sport. Not just you. We good if you don't fight ever again. And not to be funny, it's like, bro, get a knockout. That I don't know if that's really going to tell me something. Outbox the shit out of somebody and show me what you worked on in the ring in terms of a boxer and I'll be impressed. You getting another knockout, especially if it come early, everybody not going to be back on you. People going to say, yo, you just knocked out somebody you were supposed to beat. So you got to be careful with what you're saying. You get in there with a Jaime Munguia, though, and knock him out, I salute it and respect you. I would.
Excuse my French, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Like, I'm sorry about that, but you can cut that. But
you ain't gotta be sorry.
Like,
stand on what you
life,
said.
Man. Like, you know, 1 minute they talking crap about you, the next minute they back on the wagon. You know, so
KD, salute,
I
my
take
bro.
how it comes.
St. Louis, my bro. Salute. Appreciate y'all bros for sliding back through, man.
Saying that you were interested in actually fighting a guy like Jamie Munguia. And where did that kind of come from, man?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I just want to make the best fights happen. Right now, you know, I'm in a position where, you know, I'm ranked 10 in the world at 168. So, you know, right now I got the opportunity to fight anybody I want. I feel like my name is big enough to pull out whoever I want and we can make the fight happen.
We ranked number 10,
you know,
y'all.
A guy named John Ryder. We got him on the radar right now for my next fight, you know. So we trying to push that.
Just pulled him out.
Yeah. So, you know, like fights like that, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to make happen, you know, it's good for the sport of boxing. We got Jaime Munguia, you know, we can make something happen late next year. You know, that's a Mexican and Puerto Rican rivalry right there. So that's another money fight right there.
Obviously, one of the biggest fights that everybody keeps talking about is you and David Benavidez.
Yeah.
Both of them have a ton of star power, a lot of potential.
Got to give us quick thoughts on David Benavidez, y'all.
At this stage
Then I'm gonna stop it.
Is that a fight that you want right now, or is it because you guys are the same age, but David feels he was a two-time world champion, so his experience is more elevated. So is it just like, you know, I want to fight him, but let me just bag a few more of these rounds, a few more of these extra rounds.
Yeah, like he knows that too, you know, like he knows that with me and him, he knows that that's a big fight in the future. You know, he feels like, because, you know, obviously, you know, he got the two world titles and stuff, and he got a lot of experience. So, you know, he was even saying it out there, like, yo, listen, I think Berlanga's a great fighter. You know, he just got to pack up more experience, and then we can make the fight happen. I just seen his dad at the Canelo fight in Vegas, you know, and it was nothing but love, you know what I'm saying? Like, regardless of everything that he was talking online, you know, he was telling me, like, you know, it's all for, you know, for the cameras, you know what I'm saying? But he was like, man, you and my son, bro, like, you know, in the future, man, if the fight can happen, you know, that's gonna be a big fight.
You know, your career is moving pretty fast. I remember I was talking to your trainer maybe a few months ago, and he was saying that, you know, he sees you becoming a world champion at 68, 75, and eventually even cruiserweight. Like, you have the frame, the size to eventually make that happen.
Yeah, we don't need to hear that. You ain't going your ass to cruiserweight. You better worry about 68. Talking about cruiserweight, you better worry about 68. My bad, y'all. Yeah, but y'all heard it. We talk sports. Salute, my bro. Appreciate you for pulling back up on the second live of the day, man. Is it here? 68. Charlo Morel. He can take. Yeah, man. He can take his pick, bro. He can take his pick. No longer Langa. Benny so. Yeah, man. Hey, man. Let's talk about it. He ain't been progressing, unfortunately, but you know what? I feel like John Ryder is a step in the right direction, and again, as much as I do critique where he ain't improved that because he ain't shown me that much, I will say this. He did show an ability to be able to box and stick to that a little bit when he realized he couldn't get his last guy out of there. He did box a bit. I will give him that. He did do that. He did. So I see it slightly, but I just need to see him pick it up some, like, because people expect a lot of him. Just think if he able to put it together in the ring with that kind of power that he still obviously carry. Think about if he actually learned how to put it all together, y'all. He'd be dangerous, man. So the jury's still out to see what he gonna do. He got some things got exploited, man. Some of his weaknesses, to respectfully put it, it got exploited, yo. So I'm anxious to see I'm interested, should I say, to see how he gonna look if he get this fight with John Ryder. I think that's a step in the right direction for him, and it's good to see that. You know, in terms of boxing, he know where he at. He didn't shoot too high. I felt like that made sense. Say he get a John Ryder and he impresses. Say he impresses, put it together a little bit and get him a knockout late. I could appreciate that and say he go after Jaime Munguia or something next. I'm cool with that because Jaime Munguia is still, you know, he ain't that battle tested. So I don't care about that blown up record. I think that's a solid fight because the one thing for sure, two things for certain. Them two dudes gonna be coming to punch on each other. So I don't think that fight goes the distance. I think one of those dudes leave there knocked out. So that's a real fight. It's a realistic fight. You know what I'm saying? It's just Edgar Berlanga, people like you, bro. Just put that work in. Not saying you ain't working. You got to make sure you being taught the right things, man. Don't be hesitant to seek help outside your training camp, man. I think that's real. TD, salute, my bro. Instead of like soaking in all this celebrity life, use some of those connections to make sure you getting top quality sparring, top quality training. Make sure you being taught the right shit so you could progress as a fighter, because outside of them 16 first round knockouts, I haven't been impressed. And again, it's not just because you're not getting the knockouts, it's how you looking when you don't get the knockout. You don't even look impressive at all. You look very subpar, like mediocre at best when you don't get a knockout. It's like your performance is lack because you don't know how to put it all together, and you be skating by and skimming your teeth, man. Some of these fights be close. You done been knocked down. You know what I mean? You done been cut, your nose busted up real good. Like, you know what I mean? And this is that come with the game. So I'm not knocking you, but you wouldn't be in some of these situations had you been improving the way you're supposed to. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got lazy with those knockouts. And I think, you know, these last 3 fights or so been good for you because you ain't been able to just come in there and knock everybody out. So you was actually forced to box in your last fight, and I seen a little something there. You could build off that. You didn't look your best, but if what I'm asking of you is to show me your boxing when you can't knock somebody out, I think you was doing that. When that dude wasn't going, you showed a willingness to go to the body. Your body work you was doing was good, you know, salute the body work boxing. He was doing some good body work. You know what I mean? He kind of stuck to a game plan. He actually went from plan A to a B and possibly a C. I seen at least that much from him in that last fight. So I for one, don't like to come off as overly critical, but I will never fanboy for any fighter. But he did show me a willingness to be able to box and stick to somewhat of a game plan when that knockout shit wasn't working. So I did see that. So, you know, John Ryder will be another step, I think, in the right direction, believe it or not, because, you know, he got the right amount of fights. John Ryder is 31-5, 17 knockouts. You know what I mean? He did beat a Danny Jacobs, so it's not out the realm of possibility for him to fight a John Ryder. I don't see why he can't do that. I think that dude not having a ton of power, you know what I'm saying, is somebody that he should look to fight. You know what I mean? What he got? A 47% KO ratio, nothing too crazy, nothing that Berlanga shouldn't be able to handle. And still being match made. Jamie stops that man in 3 rounds. And, hey, man, he gonna have to live with that because he mentioned it, body work, and I'm all for it. I say give it to him in the order he mentioned it too. Give him John Ryder, feed him John Ryder, see what he could do with him, see if he could do better against him than an older Danny Jacobs did. He beat him, and especially if he look impressive, definitely throw him in there with Jaime Munguia, bro. Yeah, a good jab because he's not the most fundamentally and technically sound. He's still green to me with those 19 fights because he hasn't progressed. You know what I'm saying? He really don't know how to put it together. He's just a power puncher still to me. But like I said, just to be fair, I've seen a little bit of boxing. I've seen some boxing in his last fight. So we're going to see if he could build off that. He just got to put that work in and understand that you popular, but you're not good. Your profile, your public profile exceeds your talent in the ring. Respectfully, it do. Like you bigger than what you are inside the ring, if that makes sense. Your appeal, like you appeal to the people, like you're known in that way. You know, the rap community, you got Fat Joe backing you. You get what I'm saying? That comes with something, but at the same token, that your celebrity exceeds your talent in the ring is similar to Ryan Garcia, and I hate to say that, but y'all very similar. Power, some speed, like you get what I'm saying? Like y'all relying off your physical attributes to get you the wins instead of using the skill. And y'all both look like y'all at a point where y'all not regressing. So again, not progressing. So again, I ain't saying you getting worse, but you ain't getting better. You kind of stagnant. And I think that's, I don't know, you're not putting in the right work inside the gym. It's simply put, because I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? Ryder just be J Hill outbox the Shire Berlanga. It's a good test, don't you think so though, TD? That's a good test for him. We supposed to be on his ass who fought his when he went in there and bit somebody. Now that's a fact, bro. That's a fact. He went in there and bit a man. And the fight he was winning. Is he near 168? Throw Morrell in there with him or Charlo. You can pick. Yeah, he had 68, bro. Berlanga. That's where he at. He got 68. Can listen to the verbiage that in the future, aka later on, aka no time soon. Yeah, that's a fact though. But I will say this. I will say this though. You know, we gonna get them. I knew somebody was gonna catch that. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this. In terms of how he mentioned him, y'all know John Ryder, right? Yeah, so that's more realistic first. Then maybe a Jaime Munguia, test yourself. That'll be a dangerous fight. If you can get past a Jaime Munguia, you know what I'm saying? He said, David Benavidez said, yo, you keep winning. Or his pop said to him, you keep winning. Man, you and my son would be a big fight. You get what I'm saying? Y'all be a big fight. So, hey, man, keep winning. Now, David trying to derail the hype train. As soon as it started, yeah, Benavidez on his ass. Oh, he lunched then. Yeah, I can say he lunched. A Lunchable, bro. He might be Lunchables, bro. Appreciate all y'all in the building. Y'all smashed the like button for me. Yeah, he bit that man, yo. Count Dracula ass. Yeah, John Ryder. Yeah, he better get John Ryder before Canelo do, though, body work. You better get him before Canelo get him, because Canelo get him, he might ruin him. John Ryder might not never fight again, bro. You're going to come across De Los Santos like Venezuela did. He going to come across one of them, right? That's a real player now, yo. That's a real player now, that dude, yo. De Los Santos, he real out there. Ryder by unanimous decision, Munguia in 5 rounds. I say, but don't y'all think them solid fights for him? I think where his mind at is realistic. A John Ryder is realistic for him. You get what I'm saying? Somebody with not a ton of punching power, was just a veteran, like a guy that could give him some rounds, possibly take him the distance. You get what I'm saying? Give him some good work. Like, I think that's reasonable for him. Plan C, if he hits me again, I'm gonna slip to the right, hold and bite his shoulder. That's a fact. Yeah, that's what I be saying. Stars versus champions. Guys be stars, but not champions. Man, talk that shit, bro. Talk that shit, man. See what I'm saying. See what I'm saying? Comments like this, man. Stars versus champions. People don't get it, yo. And that's a problem. Like, because we got this social media age and everybody popular, so popular before they put in the work. That's what you got. You got like a star type fighter, but he's not a real champion. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? He got the life of a champion, like in terms of the glitz and glamour. Like he's known on that level. Some of these dudes be bigger than some of the champions and ain't did shit yet. And it's good and bad depending on the mentality of the fighter and the work ethic. If you're a guy like say, and I'm not saying Edgar Berlanga don't work, man, but obviously it's something there that's not being taught where he's kind of leveled out. He hasn't gotten any better outside of them 16 knockouts, yo. I seen a little bit of boxing, like I said, in his last fight, but outside of that, bro, I'm still looking. Nah, that's a fact, T. Nah, that's a fact, bro. Yeah, man. Shit, if he fought Morrell next, he might retire after that fight, man. Morrell hurt him bad, yo. Morrell will stop him, yo. And Ghost ain't even got to be here. I'm gonna be like, Morrell will stop Berlanga right now. That would be terribly bad for him. Man, he'll get himself hurt bad. Man, stay away from David Morrell. Stay away from anybody named David for right now. Anyway, that's at 168. David Morrell, David Benavidez. Stay away from them. Stick to the Johns and shit like that. Go after John ass. Go get him. Go get John and maybe Jaime next if you get past John. Lead them David brothers, lead them David dudes alone, man. Them David dudes might, man, talk about Darrell and a hype train, man. They're going to send you back to the drawing board for real. Like, stay away from them dudes. Someone earlier said I believe Ryder is a good test when he could pass, but mentally Berlanga is damn as good, in my opinion. The KOs ruined him. I'm still willing to give him the benefit of the doubt for right now. Clarence, my boy, C. McClain, what's good with it? TWT, Jersey in the building. Salute to my bro, man. Appreciate all y'all coming back, pulling up on the second live. Like I said, salute to my bro T for motivating me, whether you knew it or not. I heard you, champ. That's why I said I'm always listening, bro, and I'm with you. But anyway, man, on the next note, yeah, man, Ryder is a good. I don't think he's ruined just yet, but I think he became complacent with those knockouts, having it all his way. Now it's funny that he had 3 fights, I think, since then, so he should be 19-0 with the 16 knockouts, if I'm not mistaken. He's had time to go those rounds, so I think that's valuable experience for him. It's just all how he processed each fight that went the distance. You get what I'm saying? Did he take something from each one of those fights which it would allow him to kind of, apply that in training, and then maybe that the things he learned in them 3 fights, you apply it in training, you work on those things in training, sharpen up, then maybe that transitions over to a fight. Then we see a more polished, just as hungry Berlanga. But if he don't work on those things and where he lack, he gonna stay stagnant. And it's only so long he gonna be able to just keep his head above water before somebody come clean his shit. Like, it's only so long being stagnant at that level you're gonna be able to get through. You're not gonna keep skating by. Somebody gonna beat your ass. And again, the thing that's worked in Berlanga's favor is the guys that he's faced outside of those knockouts haven't been knockout punchers. You get what I'm saying? They're boxers, and decent boxers that have been giving them trouble. So you better hope you don't run into somebody that's punching like you or close to what you doing, because you're gonna be in trouble. You got some shit to work on. But I got faith in Berlanga, man. I got faith in him for right now. I just want to say I believe he gonna get hungry. I mean, I believe they're gonna try to work, man. He had 3 fights. If he don't come back and kind of show us something different, despite who he fighting that next one, bro, I don't know, man. It's gonna be tough for him moving forward. Like, it's gonna be hard to bet on him and have confidence in him as a supporter of his. That don't mean I throw him away, but I'm looking for this dude to make a splash. Like, all right, I seen you. Them 16 first rounders, cool. You did that. Did your motherfucking thing. That's cool. Now you survived 3 fights after that without being knocked out. You got knocked down. You battled back from some adversity. Got your nose busted up good, swelled up real good. You've been, you know what I mean? These last 3 fights has tested you more than the first 16. So if you real about this boxing shit, Edgar Berlanga, you're gonna take them 3 experiences where you were not able to knock your guy out. You're gonna learn from each and every last one of them 3. You got 3 full fights. You got full fights to process and learn from that and apply that shit in the gym. You, your coaches, your team, apply that shit as a whole. So then it transitions over into your next fight. Because if I don't see it in your next fight, I'm not sure we're gonna ever see it from you. I'm telling you, he's a long ways off, man. He's a long ways off, man. And biting somebody, like, come on, you can redeem yourself from that. You got the little suspension. It's all cool. Water under the bridge. Just take that 6 months And I hope he didn't go on vacation, yo. That's gonna show what kind of fighter he is, y'all. If he took this 6 months, then I wish it was a way for me to know this information. If he took this 6 months to chill or call us quote unquote vacation, then that says a lot about him as a fighter. And if I knew that, that'll help me make my decision already about him. Like, you get what I'm saying? If that dude used them 6 months to say, you know what, ain't no fucking days off, I might not can't fight, but I'm gonna train my ass off. The suspension gonna be over in 6 months. I'm gonna be training some more. By the time they call my number, I'm gonna be ready to go beat somebody's ass. I hope he took the 6 months seriously, and I hope he trained for the 6 months. If he didn't, I don't expect him to get better. If you took this 6 months as a fucking vacation, shame on you. Shame on your team for letting you do it. Now, I ain't saying you couldn't took like a break, maybe a week off, mentally decompress, get your mind right. But if you took months off and you chill and you wasn't putting in work, then these 6 months that you're supposed to have been suspended, shame on you, bro. I doubt if you get any better in your next fight. But if you use this time diligently to improve and sharpen on your craft, man, work on your craft, then, you know, salute to you. I commend you and your team and you as a young fighter for staying focused. But one thing you're going to have to keep in mind, man, is you're going to have to be able to put it together. So if you're not putting this shit work in the gym, I just don't see how you going to get to the level where you looking to get to. If you're not putting that work in, if you're not improving, you could forget about ever fighting a David Benavidez down the line, bro. And that's just being real. I like where your head is at mentally. And see, John Ryder, that sound real to me. I know he got a lot more fights than you do, but that's okay. He don't have a ton of power. And he's a decent boxer that with experience. He's a little crafty in there. You know what I'm saying? He did do some things well against Danny Jacobs, but a lot of what he did well is because Danny Jacobs allowed him. But that's another story. But nonetheless, that'll be a good test, a good challenge. Like I said, somebody without a ton of power that would allow him to be able to work on some things and figure some things out in there. And we'll get to see exactly what he worked on in the gym, man, because man, if they don't improve with this kid, he in a weight class where everybody ain't feather fisted. You've been fighting the lighter punchers of the division so far in your career, bro. You've been very fortunate. It's some guys that hit a lot harder than what you faced so far. It's guys that punch like you or possibly harder, man. So that's something that they might want to prepare him for. Put him in there with a puncher. See how he responds. You get what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Maybe dude is limited with his boxing ability too, like something similar to him. But put him in there. Let him be tested by a puncher. Don't let the first time he be tested is, you know, he win a couple of these gimme fights and you go put him in there with somebody that test him that could punch and he gets slept. You know what I'm saying? That you would hate to see it, man. You would hate to see that man get to having to take a nap against his will in front of everybody because he ain't put the work in or y'all ain't challenged him the right way. So all in all, I mean, just to wrap up, you know, I'm gonna get to an hour and be here for about another 5 minutes. I appreciate all y'all again for pulling back up. Just wanted to make sure I had another good conversation for y'all, man. And these is fights we definitely could look forward to down the stretch. And one thing that's refreshing, like I said, you know, Edgar Berlanga, his mentality seemed like his head is clear. He knew what he did with the biting was some stupid shit, and he paying for it with the 6 months. But again, because I don't know, just looking at him now, and I know looks could be deceiving. I don't know what he looked like with his shirt off and none of that, and I ain't body watching and none of that and weight watching, but I'm just looking at his face, and I don't know if he necessarily looked like a dude that's been in camp or been training. So, you know, that is one video. Who knows what he been really doing behind closed doors, but I truly hope for the sake of his career, he's used that 6 months like to put in work. So like when they see him again, like that because his last impression of them was him winning in a subpar performance over an older guy that pretty much couldn't pull the trigger no more. You know what I'm saying? Now, he did fight a guy that had some power, but he was unable to really pull the trigger. Everybody's not going to be like Angulo was, so you were lucky that they gave you that level of opponent and you was able to kind of skate through and you bit the guy. But again, maybe he needs to get dropped to learn. You know what I'm saying? And he been knocked down, so it's like just you in those fights. Like, you know what I mean? After which fight was it? it wasn't the first one after the knockout streak because Damon Nicholson broke his knockout streak. He took him the distance, which I felt like he was going to be the one to do it, and he did. I felt like Berlanga was still going to pull off the win, but I knew Damon Nicholson was going to test him because he was a veteran in the game pretty much. He'd been around for a while. And he'd been tested, you know what I'm saying? So I knew he was going to stick around. Then it was in the next fight, I believe, that he got knocked down. So that was in his 18th fight, dude that he fought knocked him down. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, in the 19th bout, he fought Angulo and bit him and still won. Like a sloppy, subpar fight. It just didn't look good. And again, he did show a willingness and an ability to be able to go to a plan B, maybe a plan C, if that, according to my good bro, he said his plan C was to bite this dude. But he did show a willingness to be able to fight, stick to a game plan to some degree. He got the win. He is suspended. Like I said, I hope he's used this time wisely. That will say a lot about him as a fighter if he really took this time to lock in the gym. Because I don't understand these fighters. Like, y'all got to start. Don't live no celebrity lifestyle. I don't care how many Fat Joe type people Fat salute to Fat Joe. He the dude, respectfully, well respected, but you're not him. You can't lay up. You can't chill. You can't just lean back. You know what I'm saying? You can't kick your feet up. You can't go on vacation after a subpar performance. Unless it was a very mini short one. But I hope he's been using his time in the gym, using his time wisely. And I think time will tell when we see him in the ring again. I'm telling y'all, yo. Telling y'all, if he come back and look like he show us something, another wrinkle or two in his game, show us an area or two where we could honestly look at him and say, yo, and we could really honestly sit there, assess him and say, yo, he improved a bit there. Because look, I'm so fair. I was able to see his ability to kind of box, go to the body. I was seeing it. It wasn't the best, but it was effort. I seen it. I seen him do it. He didn't quit. The fight wasn't easy for him. You get what I'm saying? Dude was fighting back. He weathered his little storms in there and he kept pushing, man. He got through it. I think he did okay. He did okay. That fight out of the other two, that fight showed me a little something. The other two showed me absolutely nothing. Fight 17 and 18 showed me, I say this, fight 18 showed me you could get up. Like he did get dropped. That dude is not a known puncher that he got knocked down by, but nonetheless, he did get up, finished the fight, and he won the fight. So he showed me he can get up, he recovered, he battled back from some adversity. He showed me that. And in the last fight 19, he showed me a ability to kind of stick to the game plan, weather his own storms in there. I believe dude he was giving him some good work too. He just really couldn't pull the trigger too much, and he was able to kind of coast. I don't know why he got so frustrated and bit him. It wasn't like he was losing a fight. That's why it blew my mind. Like, why the hell would you bite the dude? But nonetheless, he's serving suspension for it now. But a suspension do not mean vacation, bro. No days off need to be your mentality, bro. No days off. Fat Joe need to tell you. I don't know who need to tell you. I hope you've been putting in that work because I don't know, your face looking a little chubby in the face, y'all. Like, I don't know. I'm looking at the picture now. Man, I don't know, man. He look a little thick in the face, bro. Like, I don't know. He been chilling. I don't know, that man been eating well, man. If he ain't been putting in that work, shame on him and his team for allowing that dude to become complacent when he already is complacent in the ring. Don't let him become complacent outside the ring where he not putting in the work, bro. He already, like when I say complacent in the ring, he relied too heavily on them knockouts. His knockout power, his punching power, he got comfortable. He got lazy with them 16 first-round knockouts, and then he approached the other fights the same way, in the same manner, thinking he was going to knock everybody out, and he was unable to do that in 3 consecutive fights. So I'm hoping he had 3 consecutive fights that all went the distance. Process all those fights you did win. Process them all, learn from them, and understand coming in from the first round that you don't have to be looking like you going for the knockout to get one. You get what I'm saying? Don't go outside of yourself to get no knockout, and maybe you'll start getting them again. You know what I'm saying? Stop coming in there with the only thing being on your mind is knockout. Come in there knowing you put the work in the gym so you can outbox this dude if you need to. Understand that about yourself. Show me that kind of confidence. Show me that you can set up your power and get a knockout instead of just going forward and going forward. That's cool when you're young, but that shit gonna catch up to you because complacency breeds more and more mistakes. The more comfortable you get doing the wrong shit, You know what I mean? You're gonna become lazy and predictable in there. And you know, you're gonna find yourself getting woke up with somebody having to explain to you what happened and what round you got knocked out in. So to avoid all that, put the work in, Edgar Berlanga. Bring your skills level to the level of your name. Like you a star, but not a champion, how my bro was saying. You got that star appeal, but your skill set inside the ring don't match. You on your Ryan Garcia shit, 2.0 Ryan Garcia type shit. I'm telling you, and that's just being real. You know the who's of the hip hop world. You get what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you know a few Hollywood's actresses and actors. You get what I'm saying? You live in a life. You've been heavily rewarded for 16 knockouts, bro. You know what I'm saying? You've been heavily rewarded. Was so shocked to see him bite. That shit was wild. Got to see where his mental at for sure. But Berlanga ain't did enough to be on them silk sheets. That's all I'm saying, bro. We got silk sheet mentality without doing much. Great point right there, bro. Appreciate that comment. But he got silk sheet mentality without doing much. In other words, like you know what I mean? You enjoying the fruits of your labor without really laboring. I ain't saying he ain't worked at all. Don't get me that. But he ain't done enough in the sport of boxing to get laxed and feel like, it's time to enjoy the fruit. No, it's not time. It's not. The only thing it's time for is for you to get in that damn gym and work on what you need to work on. Become a better boxer. Become more defensively responsible. You know what I'm saying? Stop looking one-dimensional. Mix it up. You get what I'm saying? Work on your gas tank. I'm tired of seeing y'all boxers wringing out sweat in the garbage and shit, talking about how much work y'all put in. Then y'all getting the ring and gas out. That shit blowing me. I don't know if y'all been catching on to that. Yo, I don't want to see how much you sweated for the day, bro. I don't care. Because then you're going to get your ass in the ring and get tired in the middle of the fight. Mid-round, 7th round, you tired. Like, come on, bro. I don't care about your sweat. You bringing sweat in the garbage, all type of weird shit. I don't want to see that shit. I want to see you actually show me that you can go the distance when you can't get the knockout and still look fresh. That's what I want to see, bro. I don't care how much sweat you put into the garbage can or on the floor. Bro, I don't care about that. I know that shit like that be smoking mirrors. I don't give a damn about that. I don't want to see no sweaty shit. I want to see you put that work in the gym, man, and then put it in the ring. Show me that, man. You know what I'm saying? The KO comes, it comes. If not there, box. You know what I'm saying? Box. That's all it is. Need to stay working his way up or get left behind. That's all. He just got to put the work in. YSM, what's good with it, bro? I just was playing. It's because he already touched the M's due to the void of Puerto Rican superstar. Talk about it, YSM. I just was playing one of your videos too. Salute to you. Appreciate you for pulling up. This the good brother video I used with the Richardson HITCHINS. But yeah, man. And that's what I'm saying, YSM. He been living that life, but he ain't had to necessarily put that work in. And I know he put some work in. I'm not gonna say he ain't do nothing. You know, those 16 opponents ain't knocked themselves out, but we all know if he don't improve, he just, his fall from grace gonna be crazy. You know what I'm saying? And he been fortunate enough to kind of skate by without being able to knock people out. So he still got his O intact. You know what I mean? He got suspended. Like I was saying, I hope he used that time to improve and try to get better. Because if that's the case, then we'll see it in shape, locked in Berlanga. You might see a guy that worked on some things, y'all. He might be a little bit better. You get what I'm saying? Demetrius, right, my bro. What's good with it, bro? Appreciate you for pulling back up on this second live as well. Appreciate everybody in the building. Y'all smash that like button for me if y'all haven't. It's a hype job. Beat him. He still was gifted a decision. His time is coming where he won't be saved. And that's all I'm saying. You see how my bro Demetrius fell. And that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? He gotta put that work in, bro. He has to. You know what I'm saying? And I'm actually rooting for the dude. I like Edgar Berlanga because I don't think he don't seem like a guy that give off bad energy or nothing. He just, I know he's young and shit, and he could talk crazy. He don't talk, you know what I mean? He don't be all over social media, and he ain't no attention whore. So I still can support him because he ain't, you know what I mean? I know he made a little mistake with the bite. I ain't gonna crucify him for that. It was in the heat of the moment. I still held him accountable for doing the weird shit, but nonetheless, like I said, it's a blessing in disguise. And what I mean by that, if he's utilized the 6 months that he's supposed to be suspended away from the sport, if he used that time to get right and work, man, salute to him, commend him and his team, and hope hopefully, man, we could see him maybe against a John Ryder, like he said. I think that's a good matchup for him. I think it's a good test. Again, somebody without a ton of power. And again, he better take advantage because pretty soon he's gonna run out of those type of opponents. You know what I'm saying? You got some people that really punching in 68, bro. Everybody ain't John Riders or some of these other guys that you fought. Even Nicholson, if he could have landed the right punch, he would have been in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Nicholson can punch. And he tested him a little bit in that fight too. Damn, I almost forgot. So, you know what I mean? We're going to see how this shake out. I like Hitchins. Salute to Richardson Hitchins for, speaking on Gary Antuanne and making that, even putting that thought into our head and it being refreshing to hear that we got somebody at 140 that's actually willing to mention Gary Antuanne Russell's name. So, and that's a guy, like I said, that's given an opportunity. I know he'll fight him. I know he would. You know what I'm saying? So, sky's the limit for Richardson Hitchins. I salute him again for getting away from Mayweather Promotions, having the heart to do it when he seen that it wasn't working out, and trying to put himself in the best position possible to be, a top fighter in the sport. So we're going to see. He said, he beats T.O., Ryan, Zepeda pretty easily. Said them guys ain't like that. He'd dust them off. He said Gary Antuanne will be a tough fight. I feel like them going to be the last two standing. And I said maybe he just forgot to mention Regis. But again, like I say, he didn't mention Regis because he's a little bit older than what they are. So, but nonetheless, he's still there. So that age don't mean shit. As long as Regis is at 140, he's a threat to anybody that steps in the ring with him. As for Berlanga, I like where his head is at in terms of the opponents that he mentioned. Like, John Ryder, I feel like that's a real fight for him. I hope he get it. I hope they get it. Maybe he get to him before Canelo do. Because Canelo hurt now, so hopefully Berlanga get John Ryder, and then maybe we could see him fight Jaime Munguia. Because despite that record is blown up and inflated, we already know that he been padding his record since he been in the sport. Var World Boxing, salute, my bro. Appreciate you for pulling up, man. I was just wrapping up second live of the day, like I told the family, man. I'm just working today, so I'm flowing off my bro energy. So I know he got something else planned. So when he go back again, and he probably finish up, you'll probably see me back here for a third live, man. But I just wanted to Canelo looking. Yeah, Ryder, bro. Yeah. But you know what Var, you know what I'm hoping? And I ain't hope that he got injured, but now that he's saying his wrist, he said he'd be out for a while. Hopefully that while give Edgar Berlanga and his team long enough to go on ahead and make something happen so he don't get him. Because I feel like that's more fitting for Edgar Berlanga at this stage. You get what I'm saying? That'll be his 20th fight. That'd be a good fight for him, John Ryder. Canelo will be bogus as hell if he fight John Ryder. I don't even care if he's coming off an injury. That shit's still bogus. You know what I'm saying? We're going to call his ass out. But hopefully, yeah, bro. Hopefully he get there. He get him before Canelo get him, man. So, again, salute to everybody for pulling back up for the second live. Like I said, man, I know bro got something else. My bro T got something else planned. Whenever he done, I got another conversation, maybe an open panel. Something that y'all might like, man. Something that y'all might like for real. So, your boy working. I'm active and I'm always thinking I got at least, no exaggeration, maybe three more thumbnails, maybe 5 topics that I could talk about. You know what I'm saying? That I ain't seen nobody really touch on. I'm seeing people post certain shit, but I ain't seen nobody do no live and break it down. So just to give y'all a hint on one of them, man, it's the top. Y'all let me know if y'all interested in the top 25 under 25, meaning the top 25 boxers that's under 25 years old. You know what I'm saying? And they got a whole list from 1 to 25. Maybe some of the names might surprise you. Some of them might not, but we definitely could chop it up. We can go through that entire list of those fighters, break it down, and see who actually really the top of the top, you know what I mean, out of the fighters that's under 25 years old. So that's just something that I got in the chamber that I'm going to see if bros want to chop it up. We're going to have an open panel. Hopefully, if they want to do it, I definitely be back with that one. I ain't seen nobody do it. I see people posting it, but I ain't seen nobody talk about it. So we damn sure going to chop it up, Mr. Stream. Yeah, man, appreciate that, bro. You know I'm always here. You know what I'm saying? If you catch the playback, you do. If not, you probably catch another one. We staying active, man. TWT all over the airwaves today, and we keeping it like that. But I ain't going to hold y'all up. Appreciate everybody pulling back up for the second time around. Y'all smash that like button for me if y'all haven't on the way out. And y'all stay tuned, man. Maybe y'all, if y'all still free, y'all got the time. You know, my brother T is on. Y'all go over there. He about to do something quick. See, he working and I'm riding rape with him, rocking off his energy. We trying to, you know, let the people know, look, man, we serious about this content creating. And I told y'all, once I fix that monetization situation, that's fixed. That's done with. Now it's behind me. Now it's time to ramp up the content and go. Like I said, I got about 3, 4 to 5 topics more lined up. I got thumbnails already done. It's just a matter of, you know, getting up here and setting them all up. I think some of them is open panel worthy. Like, you know, another sneaky one is like, who had the best mentor? And it had a set of 4. It had Mike Tyson with Muhammad Ali being his mentor. They had Tank with Floyd being his mentor. You had Ryan Garcia with Canelo being his mentor. Then you got Shakur Stevenson with Terrence Crawford being his mentor. Dope little thumbnail that I got already lined up for that. So I'm going to see which one, and I'm going to pick one of them, and we're going to chop it up, man. So y'all stay tuned for that. And again, we can't do this without y'all. So everybody and Kurt, much appreciation, bro, for you know, being a member on the channel too, man. I appreciate you. It doesn't go unnoticed. So again, we can't do this without y'all good people. So we're going to make sure we try to be quality each and every time out for y'all. So we appreciate it. Y'all know y'all smash that button for me, y'all. Y'all go ahead, check my bro T out. If y'all still free, go ahead and check him out. Y'all know he got some fire content, and y'all stay tuned because your boy mess around, like I said, and come back with the 3rd live of the day, man. So I'm staying active. And I'm showing the people that we here, man. We ain't stopping. So appreciate everybody, man. That's all I got for this one. That's my Just Do on it. Until the next one, my people, my family, I'm out.